morning and welcome back to Girl Ascending. So this morning I thought maybe we could have another little tarot chat, maybe talk a little bit about Mercury in retrograde, which is obviously the period that we're in starting from today. I do apologise, the sheep in the field behind my house are quite noisy today, so if there's any sheep related interference I'm not responsible for that. But yeah, let's have a chat. Good morning. I hope that you are all doing well. So I thought we could maybe pull some more tarot cards together this morning, have a little catch up. I wanted to use this new Tinseltown tarot deck. I've used it a few times, but it's still fairly new, so I wanted to give her a little outing and also have a little chat about Mercury in retrograde. So obviously Mercury in retrograde is when the planet of Mercury appears to move backwards. Obviously that's not exactly what it's doing as a planet. It kind of changes course and it gives the appearance, the optical illusion of it moving backwards, and a lot of people freak out about Mercury in retrograde, and it's become a bit of a meme. People putting it on t-shirts, whatever. And I think that although there is some truth in the fact that when Mercury kind of slows down, that other things related to communication, which Mercury rules communication, kind of start to slow down as well, and we have maybe issues with our computers and our phones and mix-ups and all, between people or emails or texts, that kind of thing. Anyway, but when it comes to Mercury in retrograde, I think what it's really important to remember is that actually it's the planet's way of telling us slow down, and I think that in a modern world where we're all so focused on hustle culture, and especially at the moment with everyone's bills going up and all that joyous stuff, there's really that sensation of thinking like, okay, I need to be working and hustling and focusing and going at it as hard as I can. That didn't sound right, but in terms of like a work perspective, really chasing money all the time, or feeling that we can't take a break, we can't have a rest, because if we do, someone else will jump in straight away and kind of push us down the ladder effectively. But what I would kind of encourage you to maybe think about during these periods of retrograde is, what is this particular, so obviously we're talking about Mercury, but it involves all planets. When any planet goes into retrograde, what is this trying to tell me? It's trying to allow me a period of introspection, of focus, and it's letting me slow down. So during Mercury retrograde, can't speak this morning, nope, don't have my water here, very well organised. Let me just go grab some water. There we go, back again. Obviously retrograde already playing up, stopping the communication. I'm kidding. But when it comes to periods of retrograde, it's almost like letting us have that break. It's the universe telling us, okay, this is now a time to slow down. And Mercury retrograde occurs about 3-4 times a year in general. So it will be with us from now, the 9th of September, all the way through until the 1st of October. So although these are kind of long-ish chunks of time, they're not long enough to really impact us in any negative way. So during these periods of retrograde, I would say, allow yourself the chance to take a step back. If you don't want to communicate with someone, if you want to just have a bit of time on your own by yourself, if you want to say no to plans, if you don't want to do something, the planets are really supporting you and saying, have a break, have a rest, take a step back. You don't always have to show up for other people in the way that they want you to. And I think it's important to remember that by being authentic in how you are in all aspects of your life, that is the only way to be in alignment to manifest what you want, and it will have kind of a ripple effect where it will call into your life the people that are meant to be there, but it will kind of buffer away the people that are not. And sometimes that can be people that have been in your life for a long time, so that can be quite scary and quite challenging. But once you're over that initial kind of big wave, as it were, you then kind of get into this period where you kind of know the ebb and flow of yourself and of your life. And that's what's always attracted me so much to kind of lunar living, as it were, is that by kind of trying to be more in alignment with the world around us on a wider level, not just kind of looking at how the media wants us to behave or how it wants us to react, and actually thinking, how does my life feel rather than how does it look. I find that it kind of gives me a lot more peace and actually a lot more abundance in a lot of other ways. So anyway, let's see what cards want to come up for our first day of Mercury in retrograde experience. Hopefully my camera doesn't pass out. Okay, let's see what we have got. So we have got, ooh, the Page of Pentacles. Well, that's quite promising. So this is kind of indicating that we're going to have some good financial start popping up for us over the next few weeks, which is good. And it's also an indication to really have a positive attitude about things, which can be a bit more challenging with the dialogue surrounding retrogrades, but pretty chuffed with that. Yep, we'll take that. And then let's see what else we have coming up. We have the Six of Pentacles. Okay, so this is all about kind of having that level of abundance and then giving it away to other people, being generous with our money, with our time. So this retrograde, the cards seem to be encouraging us to focus on our finances. So maybe taking a bit of a step back and taking a period of time away to focus on how we want to manage our money is no bad thing. And then let's just do a little third one just for a bit of balance. Oh no, the Three of Swords, the Heartbreaker card. It was going so well. So obviously periods of difficulty or loss can pop up at any time, but this is actually maybe a good card to come up in a retrograde, because sometimes we break our own hearts in the way that we respond to other people or respond to the world around us, and we kind of have that energy of excessive heartbreak. You know, you've got the three swords going through the heart. You know, it's a bit excessive, and that idea that actually maybe we can kind of disconnect a bit from situations. We don't need to let them dominate us in the way that someone else is maybe making us feel, or in the way that we're even kind of making ourselves feel, giving into that sense of energy, you know, which can come up in a retrograde. Because I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I can feel a bit more low during a Mercury retrograde period, and I guess that's because, as you know, someone observing it, you kind of feel a bit on edge and you're waiting for something negative to happen. But also periods of introspection can often feel a bit mixed. I can see my camera is now beeping, letting me know that the battery is about to die. So I guess we should wrap things up here. But I hope you have a great retrograde. I'm sure that I will check in again with you all at some point to see how everyone is getting on. But just to say, do not be scared of retrograde. It is, you know, an important part of lunar living, of planetary living, of observing those cycles. So yes, hope you have a great day, and I'll catch up with you all soon. Bye.